Alright, welcome back to the Note Lloyd Enjoyer's Guide to Soling the Steel Watcher Titan as a pure bladesinger. You don't have to be pure, but we are here. This is a really easy fight because of one mechanic, which we'll get into. You'll see once the fight starts after I've shown you the build. So we're rocking 10 strength because we aren't using Cloud Giant elixirs anymore. We've got Rhapsody and 20 dex, so that's Cloud Giant elixirs are unnecessary, at least for damage and hit chance. I've got 10 because baseline 8 and then the +2 from the Starian potion. I should note that. 20 dex, that's from ASI and the Ethel Hair. We've got 23 con because we've got the con amulet from the House of Hope. That's not only nice for health and also stat distribution, but the fact that it's giving us advantage on wisdom saving throws is really good. 16 in baseline because with Arcane Acuity we just do not need any more than that. It's unnecessary. 14 wisdom and 10 charisma as it's left over as well. Gear wise, well, in fact, I should say feats at the moment. I believe I'm recording this after the fact, this voiceover. I believe look, I've been varying between obviously Dex ASI. I believe I've got Savage Attacker and Alert on right now because I don't have Lucky. I know that, so I'm not 80% sure I've got a Savage Attacker and Alert and Dex ASI, so we'll go with that. But gear-wise, we've got the Helldusk helmet. That's giving us our anti-crit. We've got the Cloak of Displacement, which is really nice. I leave it on this fight. Honestly, I wouldn't. It's not really a great time to have this cloak. You want to have the Cloak of Protection because of the Hellfire that's actually going to go on the floor and likely on us. That's going to break. That's going to damage us and break the free blow we get off the cloak. Got Robe of the Weave. I went with Robe of the Weave this run because I completely forgot Robe of Supreme Defenses exists. I highly recommend you use Robe of Supreme Defenses. You'll get one less AC, yes, but we've got Blade Song and Mage Armor and Mirror Image. The Robe of Supreme Defenses will give you, I guess with 16 int, sorry, it will give you +3 to your saving throws. Which, since we are running the Resonance Stone, which is giving us disadvantage on mental saving throws, that will help counter that a little bit. But even without that, I found that I was totally fine. Of course, we've got the Gloves of Battle Mage Power because they are absolutely insane, especially with how we're playing with Shadowblade and this class. We've got Evasive Shoes because at this point I haven't went and picked up the Bone Spike boots, which you should do. It's a semi-cloak of protection but on your boots. Really nice. Amulet, obviously, Con Amulet from the House of Hope for that free con and the advantage on saving throws. We've got Ring of Protection and Ring of Free Action. Ring of Protection is AC in saving throws. Ring of Free Action is just going to protect us against any various forms of CC. Not all, but various forms of CC. You can swap things out for this. You know what I mean? You can have the Killer Sweetheart. You don't need the Blessing anymore because you've got the steeped in bliss. You've got the Sweet Stone features from when you purchase the statue. If you don't know what that is, I recommend you go on the wiki and check out Sweetstone features. It's a must get. It's really nice. Same as Anointed in Splendor. That's when you donate, I believe, at least 5,000 gold to the gods in in the Stormshore Tabernacle. You can drop your level and it's like 400, but I can never be bothered to do that, so I just drop 5 grand. And weapon-wise, obviously we've got an upcasted Shadowblade, although we're not really going to be using it because they have resistance to it. So we're going to be casting spells, Rhapsody, to help us get a higher hit chance, and a little crit now and then with the weapon action and with weapon ability if you want. Deadshot buff for crit reduction as well, just because I'm mixing in and out initiative and crit reduction. And obviously from this fight we'll get the Celestial Bow, which gives us Celestial Haste. That's 5-turn haste without worrying. There's no lethargic effect to it, so that's also really nice just to have as even if you're starting out with that, just to get a few extra hits in before you're going into something like Hypnosis, which we often are. That's also really nice. I'm now just realizing, even though I've read it out, that I have free action on instead of Mystic Scoundrel. It's quite honestly, for this fight, that's fine. Free action I think is irrelevant anyway. I must have been doing something where that involved a Stunning Gaze or something like that. But yeah, elixirs as well, because we don't require Cloud Giant elixirs, because we've got Rhapsody and 20 dex. You can start weaving in things like Bloodlust, like Viciousness, like Colossus. You can play around with it. You've got options at this point with the build the way it is. If it's a fight where you like this one where you don't need Mystic Scoundrel, you could you could drop off free action, and you could use something like Killer Sweetheart just for that extra bit of damage if you're going to go melee. But we're casting spells, so it's not irrelevant, but it's not too crazy. We're not really bothered about it. It's a really straightforward fight. You'll see how it goes anyway. So as we get into the fight, we're going to do our usual cast our mirror image just to get that AC, and then we're going to sneak up and we're going to cast our Artistry of War on this Titan here, and that will give us max stacks of Arcane Acuity. Magic Missile with the gloves and Shadow Blade is a really good way to instantly cap out your Arcane Acuity for your spell attack roll and your spell save DC. So what we're going to do here is we're going to attack the Titans, we're going to get in combat, and then the Titan's going to, we're going to attack the Steel Watchers, get in combat, and then the Titan's going to appear. And then what we're going to do, we're going to cast Absorb Intellect on the Titan. Now what Absorb Intellect does is for 5 turns, it reduces the target's intellect by 1 per turn. So the Titan has 6 int. You would assume, oh, that's only going to bring it to 1, that won't atrophy it. Atrophy as in just kill it outright. Because stats been reduced to 0, but with this, with our Absorb Intellect, all that you need to do is reduce their stat to 2. So in 3 turns, this Titan's going to die. So we're going to cast Absorb Intellect. It can't save because we've got really high spell save DC, and then we ignore the Titan. The Titan doesn't exist for us anymore. It's only a target to keep away from and not get hit by, and we're going to focus solely on the Steel Watchers. You don't have to do this, but I highly recommend it, or else you're just kind of gimping yourself on this fight. It can be an annoying long fight because of it has its defense matrix, it's called. It basically shells up and heals, which we don't want. We find that really annoying. And yeah, I'm going to let the fight run here. Just like I said, general premise: start the fight, cast Absorb Intellect on the Titan, and then kill the other Watchers, and then you're fine. Enjoy the fight.
Ends well.
Alright, and that's a Steel Watcher fight. If you enjoyed that, check out the other guys on the YouTube channel, check out the Twitch live stream, check out the YouTube live stream of course, and also check out our full Gloomstalker run, which is part 1's up now, part 2 should be up alongside this video, if not shortly after it. Yeah, see you guys later.